all of that hidden subliminal messaging, that Ryan Gable and I do sometimes. We're talking about the Super Bowl. He and Tracy Twyman, big influences on me with regard to seeing these things and understanding these symbols. Now we have so many people out there that think they know everything about this, but Jordan Maxwell was the king. He was the man. And all of this all this information intrigued me, and sit down and talk with him. And his information and all the investigations that he's done. He wrote a book called Matrix of Power, Secrets of World Control, an amazing book, talking about all these symbols that affect us on a unconscious level, kind of a Jungian idea. One of the guys at first was telling us all about things like the revelation of the method and things of that nature, talking about the hidden masters and how they send out their messages through using sigils and symbolism and certain numbers and certain words. And he used to make word connections that were amazing. And Jordan Maxwell is going to be missed, definitely. We're losing a lot of these scholars of iconography, scholars of reading between the lines, and Jordan Maxwell was one of the greats. Jordan Maxwell's passed away, and our prayers go out to his friends and family, those who were close to him, and of course, say a little prayer tonight for Jordan, because he certainly was a friend of the show. It's just that he's gotten older. He was getting older and couldn't do many shows, but he was well enough to, when I talked with him in Vegas, it was a few years ago when I went to an expo there and I was speaking there. Tonight, again, it's such a blow to the community to hear about Jordan Maxwell's death. But of course, it happens, and like I said, timing is everything. And when you're talking about something like how 25 years ago we had the Phoenix Lights, we had Comet Hale-Bopp, we had the Heaven's Gate cult. And, looking back 25 years, things really haven't changed all that much, because we see a lot of hardliners that have embraced this apocalyptic self-destruct philosophy because they feel that death is not the end and that their reward is waiting in heaven for some reason. They believe that with every fiber of their being that they'll receive a spiritual renewal in the next level of existence. Heaven's Gate said the same thing. They believe that if you left behind your container, you would join the evolutionary level of a human. I mean, if you ask yourself why suicide bombers sacrifice themselves, or why terrorists fly suicide missions into buildings, or why some soldiers sign up to go to war, you could attribute this to the hardwired belief in destroying life or laying down life for some programmed nobility. The apocalyptic imagination is now at a fever pitch where the results are often fatal, and people begin to wonder if they have no future, while others seem to think that they will be saved by some miracle, some deus ex machina, where they won't even have to taste death. They're going to be taken up into heaven before the earth is destroyed in a deluge of fire. What was it Marshall Applewhite said? He said, we believe that this is the end times. It's the end of the world. Everything's going to be spayed under. It's going to be a new world, and we're going to come back to tell you about it. But see, you see all of this, and to me, it's just a synchronistic reminder of what happened 25 years ago when Comet Hale-Bopp was predicted to collide with the Earth and possible, this rock caught in its tail, or this spaceship. I mean, when a massive UFO was seen over Phoenix back in 1997, and we have a comet passing near the Earth, we have an eclipse, a partial eclipse that turns the moon to blood. I mean, you understand, when I said what I said on the show that night, I was just feeling like, again, signs and symbols and wonders about the end of the world going on, and that maybe somebody out there is praying, thinking, there's peril. And one man did pray and received inspiration that along with, that he would, along with his 38 followers, should commit suicide in order to leave the earth and meet up with the brotherhood of an evolutionary level above human, some alien type of level. The Heaven's Gate cult believed that a flying saucer was traveling behind the Hale-Bopp comet. They chose to leave their physical bodies, or what they called vehicles. They left their vehicles behind along with an apocalyptic message that the earth was about to be recycled, and that it was time to leave the planet before its utter destruction. How different is that from, I was reading again today an article in Yahoo News Again, saying that we have 10 years left if we don't act on climate change. Now, how crazy is that compared to what Marshall Applewhite said 25 years ago? He said, the earth is about to be recycled. It's about to be spayed under. The end times, the apocalypse is upon us, and we are going to leave the planet. Now, how does that compare with scientists and politicians telling you you only have 10 years left to get your act together because the climate is going to kill us all? I mean, if you don't remember what was said, what was going on with this group, if you don't remember this group, I believe that they should remember what was said and also what can happen when a group of individuals have a belief system so sure that they're willing to die because they want to avoid an apocalypse. They want to avoid being spayed under. It's an example of faith to the extreme. Religious zeal that is so sure that death is, they're so sure of their future that they don't fear death anymore. And the idea of some modernized extraterrestrial religion like Heaven's Gate is not so far-fetched in an era of apocalyptic signs and wonders. Cults, when you think about cults like Heaven's Gate or you think about Waco or cults usually grow in climates of political, economic, or ecological instabilities in which the existing social order has been compromised.